you've done for each and every one of us. We ask that you keep a close eye over the actions that are happening in the Middle East to protect those that are happening there. Dear Lord, if you will lead, guide, and direct us today as we make decisions that are beneficial for Limestone County, we ask these things in your Son's name. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to these Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to our meeting today. Let the record show that all the commissioners are present, except in precinct 3, Friday. Do we have no citizen comments? That being the case, we will move to item number 6, our consent agenda. Y'all had a chance to take a look at this. Is there any discussion on that?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve it. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? We'll move into our regular agenda. Item number 7 is the required monthly operational reports. I hope y'all had a chance to take a look at those. Is there any discussion on those?
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly operational reports.
Okay. And a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's go ahead and move down to item number 10. And that's going to be, I'm going to get the city manager in pretty quick here, because I know he's probably got other things to do. But this is going to be discussion of a request for city manager Joshua Graham, city manager of the city of Mahia, for a mutual aid agreement with the city of Mahia Fire Department in consideration of purchase of an ambulance. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So those are the only men in Joshua Graham, city manager of Mahia. Prior to that, I have about 18 years of public safety experience. I had 9 as a police officer, firefighter, AUT, 8 before that as a firefighter, AUT. Now, I take public safety very seriously. It was my livelihood, paid the bills for a really long time. Leaving that, coming into city management, I did not know that service agreements existed within communities and counties. I caught onto it a little bit late last year and wasn't able to address the commissioner's report regarding it. And really all it is, the city of Mahia is hurting for ambulances. We have 2 that are on their last leg. And really what I'm coming to you in regards to is to increase our service agreement allotment so that we can use those funds to help provide EMS services to the county. Sorry. Roughly 30% of our EMS calls are outside of the city of Mahia city limits. I do understand that we have contracts between Mahia State Schools, City of Worthing, and Freestone County. I'm not asking you to go broke yourself. I know that budgets are headaches and not pleasant times of the year. So I'm not asking for a complete handout and for y'all to make sacrifices in other areas of the county. Really all it is a helpful boost. I don't even have a dollar amount in mind. Anything is better than nothing, honestly. We're not in a situation where it's going to provide an ultimatum or anything like that. And this isn't one of those conversations, and I don't want it to feel like I'm backing y'all into a corner in any kind of way. But what it is I feel like the county and the city of Mahia has worked very well together in a lot of things. Mass casualty incidents, police calls, anything first responder related. I feel like we work hand in hand very well together. But the cost of everything is going up. Ambulances are roughly about $400,000 each now. And I want to reference that Freestone County has helped the city of Teague with purchasing an ambulance. Let's see, Freestone County Commissioner's Court in February of 2024 approved $480,000 so that they could purchase another ambulance. As well as Freestone County utilized ARPA funds to purchase an ambulance for Fairfield EMS. Now, we're in a situation, like I said, where we have 2 of our 3 ambulances are down. And the reality is the fact that ambulances now take 2 years to build. So if we were to order one today, we would not get an ambulance until summer of 2027. So we're piecemealing these ambulances together right now so that we can continue to provide top-notch ambulance service. And my ask of you today is to reconsider the amount of our service agreement between Mahia EMS I also know that we have a firefighting, service agreement. I'm not even worried about that. Let's just leave well enough alone. But as far as the EMS goes, that's what it is. Like I said, I don't have a number in mind, but anything is better than nothing. And I come to you asking for a little bit of help, and that is all.
You're considering that at budget time. You
Absolutely.
want us to consider that on the new budget.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not asking for anything right here, right now. I just wanted to put it in your brain and in the back of your mind since budget talks are coming up. I know we've started already. I'm sure you have too, kind of behind the scenes. And it's one of those things, we have money, we don't have all of the money. So every little bit helps. Now, this isn't one and done with the county. I'm also gonna go to Parkview. There's gonna be other places that I go along the way, just because I feel like we all have to do our part. I don't feel like Limestone County is cheating us in any kind of way. Like I said, I don't want y'all to seem like this is an attack. It is not. It is, if you're like me, out of sight, out of mind, it's not in the forefront of your thoughts that, everything that I didn't realize how much ambulances cost. Even with, my background, I had no clue that about $500,000 for an ambulance. I hated riding an ambulance, but I know they're essential. Every single one of us has had a loved one probably transported by an ambulance, or at least had one respond to their house. And what I don't want is to get a reputation that our cars aren't reliable enough to make it to a call, or, I have been stranded on the side of the road doing chest compressions on somebody for 30 minutes before another ambulance came to pick them up and go. Wear and tear on vehicles is substantial, especially on ambulances. They run, I would say 1,200 calls a year, at least. It's a lot. I don't even take my car out of the house 1,200 times a year probably. So, and it's hard on it is hard on the vehicles, plus all the equipment that goes inside of it, the generators, the air conditioner, and all that. So that's really it.
Josh, let me ask you without getting too technical here, but number one, you're saying that at least 2 years before you can get one. My question would be, if we made a substantial amount of improvement for just a few years and then got back to our old, that's one thing we might be able to do. The second thing, I remember when I was mayor of Mahia, we used to have a tough time collecting the ambulance fees. Has that improved any in Mahia?
Depending on the location of response, yes, sir. There are several who don't have health insurance, and those bills go unpaid.
But are those not, okay. And then the next thing I want to remind you is that we have emergency service districts within this county.
Yes,
That I think you might maybe talk to them about getting a little bit of also.
those are on the list also, Judge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, any other discussion?
I think it's on our radar already. I know it's on mine. We haven't done this, and this is not only for the fire department, but also for all the volunteer fire departments, and then the animal service in Mahia and the animal service down in Groesbeck. We're looking at increasing all those at budget time. It's just time to do that again. We did it probably second, third year I was commissioner, and then we went 5 or 6, 7 years, and then we did it again. So it's time to do it again.
Yes, sir.
And I think would probably be really on board.
Well, and I know that those little adjustments create a butterfly effect throughout budgets. I mean, you talk 3, 4 years up to a decade. I mean, it starts to build up. It does. So I get it, and that's what I say. Even in the short term, if we jack it up for 3 to 4 years and then bring it back down to calm, again, no complaints. So it's pretty easy going, pretty laid back. I just want what's best for Mahia, first and foremost, and Limestone County, considering 30% of our responses for EMS are outside of the city. It's a vital service that every single person in this room could be taking advantage of.
And the people of Limestone County appreciate that.
And
It's
also,
obvious.
go ahead.
That's just saying, it's obvious how valuable y'all's resource, y'all helped my family several times, and I just think it's something we really need to look into this budget time.
And Josh, I want to say something that I've said for many years. Back when I served with the city of Mahia, many years I've said this. You got twins that live in this county. Okay? They bought the same exact house. Right down the middle between the two houses. One's in the city, one's in the county. Guess what? They're both paying county taxes.
Yes.
And I've always argued that the county, and a lot of the votes, guys, a lot of the votes come inside the cities. So my point is that I think we ought to do as much as we can for the cities as we do for our county residents. Thank you very much. Anything else, Doug? Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks, sir. You're doing a good job. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to make sure you get out here early, so that's why.
I appreciate it.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, that means educational action be taken on that item. Let's move to back up to the top. And, let's see here. Discussion, take action on acceptance of the renewal notice of the, health benefit. Our health insurance came in again this year, with a little bit of an increase, 3.2%. Y'all are not gonna believe this, but I talked ugly to these people, trying to get, what are you laughing at? I know y'all don't think that's possible coming from me, but I got rough with them, and I could not get them to come down. They come off at 3.2. You know, last year, we got down to what, a 1.5 decrease. But this year, it's holding that. We've got very rich health insurance here, I'll tell you that. It's very nice. I know I'm on it, and it's very nice. And so, that being the case, I'll ask the commissioner your pleasure. I hope y'all had a chance to look at it. Do y'all want to go ahead and approve the 3.2% increase?
So moved.
Got a motion? Second. And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? None passed. Okay, item number 9 is discuss take action on Limestone County Resolution 2025, Help America Vote Act. And I'll ask Jennifer to come forward and tell us everything she knows about this act.
So Limestone County is eligible for this grant in the amount of $42,500 with the required match from the county from $8,500. And the county will be able to use funds out of our administration revenue line. That's money that we bring in by conducting elections for other entities. So we do have enough funds in that line to be able to cover the $8,500 that is required to match for the $42,500. This is a part of the Help America Vote Act that began in 2002. The feds released more money this year, and considering that we are looking at upgrading the equipment and everything else this year.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take action approving her going after this grant. Have a motion. Have a motion. Second. And a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Yeah.
Item number 11 is discuss take action on hiring a contractor to build a 20 by 24 box culvert on LCR 800. I'm assuming James can talk to us about that.
You talking to me?
Talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The 800 is a road that's heavily traveled. And there is a resort area down there that has a tremendous amount of large motorhomes, travel trailers, et cetera, come in. That bridge, it's a bridge now, we've worked on it 5-6 times, maybe more. It keeps washing out. It's just not capable of handling what it's got to handle. Very unsafe. The people down at the resort have expressed that it's kind of liability on the county because we've been told. And they've done a great job going down, putting more wrap in. They put other things in, but it's just not going to hold. James recommended to me to relay to y'all, there's 2 bids. He would like to accept them both and then allow them to make a decision, kind of like we do on supplies or other things where we set bids from 2 or 3 different companies, and then we use the one that's most advantageous at the time. And so that's what I'd like to make a motion, is that we allow to accept both of those bids so that our road administrator can work with the one that he thinks is best for the county. They're about $5,000.
Change your wording, these are not truly bids, these are quotes.
These quotes, accept both quotes. Then they're both,
Sorry.
They're real close to needing a bid, but they're not.
they're quotes. But he just wants the ability to deal with the one that he wants to deal with after a lot of further investigation.
And this is just typical pedestrian traffic. I mean, there's large RVs and,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, major
There's a lot of good traffic on that road.
And the money's coming out of the,
You got all the gas trucks and all kinds of stuff.
And if we're gonna look at taking that out of the culvert, what was in there?
Currently in the bridge and culvert, there's 181,574.
And that's what we
Robin,
It's less than that. I've got, CPOs over here this morning.
I got it yesterday.
Yeah, it's at, like 168,000. 163,000
okay, but it's certainly more in
is
there.
what it is right
All right, does anybody want to make a motion to approve this?
I did.
Oh, you did, I'm
I'll
sorry.
second
Motion and a second then. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right. That's done. Item number 12 is a budget transfer from the fairgrounds. They wanted to move money around to cover some excessive expenses, about $2,500. They just wanted to move it from, basically, they're getting these shavings and they're making money on these shavings. So what's your pleasure on that? Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That'll pass. Item 13 is an executive session in accordance with chapter 55107 of the Texas Government Code. We are going to be closing the meeting down and holding this brief executive session for personnel matters. So I'm going to ask y'all to please excuse us. It'll be very short. And then I'll let you guys get back in here for the adjournment. Hey, Sheriff, can you see Ron, you put her on the road.